We've come in because Boy George is here. He's been quoted as saying that when he was a boy, he wanted to be Shirley Bassey, and also he said, I was never really a new romantic, I was a queer punk. Remarks like that should make his upcoming autobiography, Take It Like a Man, compulsory reading. Hello, nice to see you again.
Good morning.
Keeping well?
Hi.
Good?
Yeah, keeping well, but you're just saying your eyes are watering like that.
Yeah, I'm having a bad eye day today, yeah.
Oh, what a shame. I hope it's not the studio. I wear contact lenses. They always start streaming in here, but you don't.
Studio.
I'm okay, I should get through the interview without crying.
Last time you sneezed over Susan Brooks's quiche.
Yeah, no, that was great. It was one of the highlights of my career.
I think we run it at the end of every
Everybody
series,
was talking about it for weeks.
I know, listen, you must be one of the first people, in fact, the first person we've had on to talk about their autobiography before they finished it.
Actually, I'm not on to talk about that. I'm on to talk about my new album.
Oh, right.
All right.
Plug. We'll talk about both, I don't mind.
Have you actually written it, or is it you've just got the big advance and sort of...
Well, I've had some of the advance, and I've gone past about 4 deadlines. But I'm a perfectionist. I mean, I really want it to be good. I want it to be, you know, the best book I've ever written, because it's the only book I've ever written. So I want it to be fantastic.
Can't lose that, can you?
I have to work and, you know, and travel and things like that. So I haven't been doing it solidly for 3 years.
Well, not your publishers, don't worry. Giving you a hard time.
But is it going to be, I mean, it's going to be real. I mean, you're writing it to reveal everything that you've been through, all the rest of it.
I mean, there are always things you don't reveal. I mean, I'm not really going into explicit sexual detail or anything like that,
well,
because I don't.
Mean that, George.
Well, some people might be thinking that, you know, some people might be worried.
No. But I mean, you're
old friends, friends and lovers. But it's not. It's truthful. It's funny. I mean, the main thing is that the book is funny. I want people to read it and laugh.
Yeah.
You know, hence the opening line, which is when I was a little boy, I wanted to be like Shirley Bassey.
Yeah.
You know, because I wanted to find something. I don't know if you ever saw The Naked Civil Servant.
Yes.
Where Quentin Crisp says, I want to give you an image of me as a child, and then you see him twirling around his mother's dress.
Right, yeah.
So that was the idea of that, you know. So
Is that real? You really did want to be Shirley Bassey?
Well, not really, but I loved Shirley Bassey, you know, and I loved, you know, her as a star. She was one of my first kind of heroes.
What is it about people like Shirley Bassey and Judy Garland, you know, who have become sort of camp icons, you know? I mean, and are very, very sort of popular and sentimentally popular in the gay world.
Yeah. It's suffering.
Yeah.
And it's the vulnerability, the suffering, you know, the anxiety. It's all those things. You know, it's like a common bond. It's almost like there's a thread going through you. I met Quentin Crisp about 3 weeks ago in New York. And
the first time?
No, it's the second time I met him, but it was a more personal situation, and I wanted to put him in my pocket and take him home, you know. I just felt very protective towards him, and I think that's quite a natural thing, and I think that's why people like, you know, Judy Garland and those kind of stars who are known to have troubled lives.
It's suffering on a grand scale, though, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's the sort of hugeness of it all, and the sort of, you know, it's the fact they make it very public. It's there in their act.
But why does it have to be women, though? That's what I mean, surely there must be lots of male stars.
Well, there's a popular misconception that homosexuals don't like women. In fact, we love women. We dress up as women. You know, we love them.
You never did that.
All of of course I did. And all our best friends are women. You know, I mean, ever since I was a kid, all my friends have been female. I haven't slept with them, but they've been my best friends, and it continues to this day. You know, women are just, I don't know what it is, they're just, I don't know, they're just nice to be around.
Nice,
well, I think it's also, it works the other way as well, because I think with gay men, there's not a threat to the women. The relationship can be, can be a really good relationship without the sexual
Is it also possibly that women tend to be less judgmental in their attitude to life and to people?
Well, they're softer, and they're more intuitive and more compassionate on the whole. I mean, that's the sort of, you know, that's the female side of our brain in a way, you know, the intuitive side, the caring, the nurturing side, and the masculine side is the, you know, I have to get out there and earn a living and be tough. So women definitely have that, you know, compassion, which I think is a nice thing.
But you have both. I mean, you've got a career. You've always been very ambitious.
I have compassion.
Do you have compassion? You're just the perfect human being. Let's face it, George. You really are.
Do you like my shoes?
Yes.
Look at those things.
Did you wear those on the plane up?
It's kind of casual with a twist.
Very much of a twist. Last time we met you, you were very much into religion and stuff. You're still wearing, what's it called?
It's called a bindi.
Bindi on your foot. Is that
I'm into
still there?
spirituality, really. I mean, religion to me conjures up kind of dogma and human interpretation. I'm into spirituality. I'm into the New Age very heavily.
You sit under sort of pyramids and things like that, do you?
I don't sit under pyramids, but it's not to be sniffed at, you know.
Isn't it?
I mean, I think human beings have amazing healing powers that, you know, we've kind of forgotten about. You know, I think that, I mean, all these things, they call it the New Age, they've been around since the year dot. Alternative medicines were used long, long time ago, you know, plants. A lot of the drugs that we use are made from plants.
Absolutely.
You know? And that's the argument about not chopping down the rainforest, because a lot of things can still be found. So really,
Look at
you know, we've
aspirin.
always used herbs.
Look at aspirin, absolutely.
Aspirin sort of
The
now.
wonder
apparently
drug
it's the
of
wonder drug of the
late
20th century,
yeah.
and it's been around
How have
for
you-
yonks.
I mean, we noticed this about you when we met you last time, that you have, it's possibly because of the personal traumas you've been through, particularly the drugs and all the rest of it, but you have found a kind of an inner stillness. You know, and anybody who meets you, people will say when you leave, oh, isn't he nice, and isn't he together, and all that. No, they will. Isn't he together and everything? And yet you're still the subject of, you know, lots of press attention. There's that piece about you being broke and getting on the tube and having to, isn't it sad to see poor George on the
Well, it's
tube?
good because no one asked me to buy him a drink anymore, so that's the good side of it, you know. I mean, the thing is, I ride on the tube and I go on the bus and I go shopping at Sainsbury's, and for me, that's ultimate freedom. For some people, it's like having an open-top Mercedes and whatever. I mean, I have that, you know, if I want that too.
You're not short of a bob, isn't it?
No, but to me, contact with other people is the most essential thing in my life. And in Culture Club, I lost that. I couldn't go shopping in Sainsbury's, which may not seem like a big deal, but when you're restricted in your movement, it can be a real nightmare. So in the last 5 years, I've really structured my life in such a way that if I want to go to a premiere in a limousine, I can do that and I can enjoy it and see it for what it is, but I can also do my shopping.
Is it? I mean, it's
And my Hooverism.
but it's a constant, a conscious decision to go somewhere like Sainsbury's and be recognised and actually face people coming up to you and talking to you and everything. I mean, you just actually made yourself face that.
You don't put your head down and put
I
the
met
blinkers
Alan
on,
Bennett's cleaner the other day in Sainsbury's. We had a great chat. I mean, you know, people... I think it's to do with your energy, the way you put yourself across. I mean, obviously, being a celebrity and being a kind of, you know, exhibitionist, part of you wants attention.
Sure.
And it's always a constant dilemma because part of you wants everyone to know you're there, and then there are other days when you want no one to bother you.
Yeah.
So you're constantly battling with your ego, which is, you know, notice me, and then you've got this other thing that's leave me alone.
Yeah. Listen, I know you'd hate to talk about this, but we must ask about your new album. I mean, it's,
We know you're so retiring and modest. You've never,
all right, come
what
on.
is it?
Plug time. What is it?
It's called At Worst, the Best of Boy George and Culture Club. It's in the shops now. And it's really just a collection of, it's everything that I've done from the beginning of Culture Club to now, basically.
Right.
All the stuff that's been kind of successful, marginally successful.
Right.
And, you know, it kind of ends, you know, an era for me. And after this, I'm going to be making a new album in January or February.
Totally different?
It will be different, yeah. It will be a bit tougher, a bit more spiky. You know, a kind of, you know, I mean, I think as an artist, you want to constantly be challenging yourself. So I'm really looking, at the moment, I'm looking for a producer. I don't know who to do it with. I'm trying to find someone that I can...
Pete Waterman.
Pete Waterman.
Definitely not. I mean, I think he makes good pop records, but he's not right for what I want to do, he says.
No, listen, you stay here because you just...
We
there's a big
know he's watching
favour
this
here.
morning. He's definitely watching. 'Cause
He's watching because you stay, don't go, because we're going to look at something else now. Making it big in the business, the music business, is not easy, as you will obviously vouch for. And you need the right manager and the right
producer.
image and a hit single and the right producer. So top makeup artist Charlie Green met Pete Waterman's latest hopeful. She's a former Miss Black America, to see if she's got what it takes.
Well, Kylie, I'm sorry, Suzette, flies into Britain in a fortnight to perform her single live on This Morning. Marks out of 10, George. I mean, come on. It's very Kylie, though,
Real
isn't it?
style cannot be manufactured. I just think it's... She sounds like Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
She's not black. She looks very porcelana white to me. And I just feel like, you know, real stars, they come from, like, council estates and, you know, they
She might
create
come from a
themselves.
council estate.
Well, she's Miss Black
America.
you know, it's like she's already established. So it's not taking a risk. It's like, oh, we got something that's really established. I mean, I think the industry at the moment, you know, and it's like they want everything really easy. They don't want anything really interesting and exciting, and that's what art is. You know, you need explosions. You need
Still, I mean, on a personal level, good luck to her. I mean, she's obviously, you know, if it works, she'll make loads of money, won't she?
good riddance to her. It's not about money. It's about creativity. It's about, you know, sincerity. You know, bring back Judy Garland, PJ Harvey. That's a real
But you
female
just said
star.
you just said when you're watching it, good luck to her. She'll probably make loads of money while real artists are in the gutter struggling.
Exactly, looking at the stars.
Not to sound bitter and twisted about it.
Well, you know, I just feel that, you know, I mean, I'm part of the music industry, and I see that the industry is decaying because there's a lack of integrity and there's a lack of investment in new talent. I say talent with a T. I'm not saying she isn't talented, but it's like another Kylie. It's the same old thing repeated. It's like making money a safe way.
Well, I'm sure she
Okay.
speaks very highly of
Good
you.
riddance to them.
OK. Pete, if you want to give us a ring, give us a two-sentence quote back. We'll read it out later in the show.